Hello guys, today we are going to see the movie of um, a psychiatric dramatical film which was released in 1985. The name of the film is Seven, which was directed by David Fincher, and the movie cast out for Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Here the story of the movie starts in an unnamed city overcome with a violent crime and corruption. Divisional police officer Lieutenant William Thomas is a 1 week from retirement. He is partnered with David Mills. He is often a regular guy who wakes up and tells that it is regular work. And she is that idealistic detective, young shot and Tupper idealistic detective, resident with his wife Tracy. They both went to the station where the wife murdered the husband with a gun, and after that, on Monday, Somerset and Mills investigated that obese man who was supposed to eat his stomach first and killing him. That is a detective. Then after the killing, they found the forensic medicine officer to come and see the body, where the body is revealed to be that the skin folds for dilated veins, and that and the body was leg was tied with the metal, and he was forced to eat until to his death, and there was hole in the head which points that the killer pointed a gun in the head and tortured him to eat. While this was a senior officer considers both of them and tells him to work together, which was rejected by Somerset, and after that Mills become they both invested separately. And the following day, the Tuesday, the victim who first to cut 1 pound of 0.5 kg of his flesh of the body is found in the crime scene marked with greed. Is marked with greed. Greed. The attorney, the lawyer was killed, and the two with his blood, the specimen was made into his wife, and after that, Somerset and Mills to shot victim. Then they will see on the crime site, and after that, Somerset went back to the obese guy and see that a pic of gluttony and poem was written, poem, a two-line poem was written which directing that the killer is using someone sins in the Bible. They were gluttony and greed, the first two sins that were made, and Mills get tired about reading the books about the seven sins. Cruise at the sins, some sermons, after that, they become tired and maybe Thomas later they invited the wife and have the dinner, and then they check about them. During the investigation, the lawyer wife tells him the photo was invented, and in the photo there was a fingerprint remains which says help me, which was they tell it was by the killer, but instead they found that it was not by the killer, it was the victim of one of the killers. Photograph Dustin precisely whereas the models is a Christian concept sound that listens, and there were and during the next day Wednesday, the detective won mutual utility and the fingerprint was unmatched with anyone, and after that, Somerset that is, he will find the killer. Don't know how to find him, and after that, there was evidence that someone was expected to be the killer. They go and they check that detectives go and check the room. Yeah, Somerset research libraries, and they found that a man who was a drug, and they found that the man was alive, and then the man was go to the hospital and said the detective asked whether he can heal. The doctor told him to die tying his instead of resisting, and his tongue was cut by the killer. And after that, they become another. There was one reporter come on taking the photo of the detectives, and after that, the hospital. And after that, instant meeting between the Mill's wife and Somerset. His wife tells she was pregnant, and um, Somerset tells him in one of his acquaintances where his lover become pregnant, and he has to do uh, about his child because of the crimes he's because of his inferior complex of making and child in it. And after that instances, Mills was working, and both of them were expecting the FBI officer who gives them about a list of books that were taken from the library, or about the summoned accused. On that day, they found to the apartment, investigate the fourth, and the investigator was found. The police investigate the apartment, finding a large amount of money and hundreds of notes. Unexpectedly, Rose returns to the home. Who was John Doe? Returned to the home, and Doe incapacitates him and is taking the iron and the mud gunpoint. Mills was held at gunpoint, later was revealed to him, and after that, photographs of some kind of his victim, cache of including Somerset and Mills by a person they believed was an. The police investigate the apartment, finding a large amount and hundreds of notebooks and photographs of some victims, and catches images of Somerset by the person they believe the intensive journalist doing the sloth crime. Doe calls the apartment and speak of his administration of Mills. Then Somerset says the killer was a slow man who works slow but perfect, and he's what on the next two murders he was unknown and become a fear of him. After that, on Saturday, Somerset and Mills investigated the fourth victim, a prostitute who had been raped with a custom-made bladed strap by a man held at gunpoint. The following day, the bride victim is found and the following day, the bride victim was found were facially disfigured. It was a model who was facially disfigured. Unable to live without her beauty, she commits suicide. The where though makes her first disfigured with a knife, unable to live in beauty, she commits suicide. And as Somerset Mills returned to the police station, Doe arrives with blood and surrender himself, and he threatens to plead insanity at his trial. And after that, potentially he he potentially escaping punishment unless Mills and Somers escort him to an undisclosed location where they will find the enemy and Badath victims. They become ready with having the cell phone with them, and guns. They try to speak with him, where he tells he was no man and not interested in anything. And after that, Mills tells you are a waste of time, like that. You are doing bad things, and where he replies that Mills will have the day to remember. And he will remember his face for his rest of his life. And during the travel, the car was driven. After that, a delivery car comes, and it was told that delivery man $500 I have given to him to deliver to this place. And after that, Somerset let him to live. And after that, Somerset the seeing the box which was and he in return he sees his Mills, where it was told that John Doe tells him that his wife head was in there, and which doesn't believe him, Disbelieved by Mills, he asked repeatedly to the Somerset what was in there, what was in there, and Somerset just tells him his wife, and after that, Doe tells him she was pregnant, and he didn't tell to him, which makes him more anger, and he doesn't know what to do, and cries in anger. With all this film, with this shot, one shot of this film become our murder, and whatever the next is happen is just an probability, and after that he kills him and become tired and where the villain finally wins by completing the victims of wrath and envy, where Doe become envy of Mills, and his wife become pregnant, leading a good family. So he was envy also cut and after the Bath was killed by Mills in exchange of killing the Doe. Then Mills was taken by the police, where Somerset tells him to give support from the police and whatever treatment he need. And after that, Mills. After that, Somerset tells that to the captain he will be around here in the city, New York City. And Somerset says voiceover. Ernest Heming once wrote, "The world is a fine place, worth of fighting for." I agree with the second part. With this, the film come to the end. A good film, really uh, twist and the plot is unpredictable. And the film, the seven scenes has been a part of this film. The film was biblical and was thought to be a Christian film where everyone can watch and enjoy it. This is the psych- where the psycho after the movie Psycho, the psychiatrically more which make your emotions more prevalent, which makes you so. I prefer to watch a above adult channel, but since this film is an adult movie, above 16 is preferable to watch. So you can go and take a watch of this movie.